hello there everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So our pair for today's live forex market analysis is the GBPCAD, the British pound versus the Canadian dollar. So without any further waste of time, let's get on with the analysis. And remember, we analyze to find setups. Therefore, no setup, no trade. Let's get it. So I'm currently on the 4-hour time frame of the GBPCAD pair. I'll switch to a line graph to identify my key levels, which is what I do most of the time. So if you are new here, I recommend you watch my previous videos to get a clue of what I do. So yeah, I have my first key level here, which is my lowest low, and my second key level, which is my highest high. So what I do is to place 4 key levels, right? The 2 being my highest highs and lows, and the 2 being my previous lows. So now currently spotting my previous key level would be this key level right here, and also would my other previous key level would be here. So now let me switch back to candlesticks to identify the market structure, the overall direction of the market, right? So now that I have my key levels, and should I now this is the structure that I'm seeing on this GBP CAD pair, I mean this trend line. So there's also a trend line that I'm seeing, a small trend line that I think I should cater for. Trend line that I think I should cater for. And also there's, okay, let me try and see if I can cater for this trend line. So now that it's kind of messy to have trend lines like this, but you know, the aim is to keep your charts clean to your own personal understanding, right? So I want to remove, okay, let me continue. I have the overall direction for this pair is a sell, because I'm seeing that this is my first touch here, my second touch here, so the market might be pushing, and also seeing a bullish trend line which might give us selling signals that we might continue with the sell. And also I'm seeing this head and shoulders, so I see this as a sell, an overall sell. But if you have any suggestions or any option or whatever you think it is, comment down below. So now moving on to the before I move on to the hourly time frame, I want to spot my zone, right? And I want you to know that if I spot a zone on the 4-hour time frame, then it's a strong zone, guys. It's a strong zone. It is a strong zone. So this is basically what I have for the GBPCAD pair on the 4-hour time frame. Now moving on to the hourly time frame. Excuse me. Catering properly for my trend line here. So basically what I had before was, this is how my trend line was before, right? This is how my trend line was before, whereby I catered for this touch here. But as you can see now, we have a fake out we have to adjust our trend line since we're back inside this bullish trend, right? So now there's a lot of things, guys. There's a lot of things here. I feel like it's messy, but comment down below what you think about this analysis. If you have any suggestions, questions, comment below. Subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy these type of content, or if you enjoyed this specific video, right? So now there's a zone that I also want to cater for, which is this zone right here. So now remember I'm on the hourly time frame, right? So on the 4-hour time frame, we know that the overall direction is the south, right? So now seeing that we on the hourly time frame, there are two possibilities. The market might break out, retest, and push to the upside, or the market might respect this trend line and the zone, break out, the retest, and then push to the downside, right? But no one knows what will happen. I mean, we don't know what's the future of the market movement, so you're gonna have to cater for all scenarios, buy and sell. So firstly, I want to cater for buy setups. There's not really much for buy setups, so the market might push to the downside, give us a double bottom, breakout, retest, and push to the upside. And should it give us a touch on the trend line, should it be our take profit, or our take profit would be at the key level. But remember, we are in a sell, so should the market might give us a third touch, and from there it might shoot down, like so. For this buy setup, I'm not really into this buy setup, because this is also a key level, so the market might break out, retest, and then from here, after this key level, it might drop. Basically, the market is not perfect, it might do anything it wants. So as long as I've catered for buying opportunity, well, there's not really much for me personally to cater for buying opportunity. But if you see something, comment below. And then for sales, which is the probability, so the possibility is a buy and the probability is a sell, because the probability is the overall direction, which is a sell, and the possibility is basically a buy, right? So this is my setup for sales. So for sales, my entry would be either below this zone, or it might be at my retest, either way, and my stop loss just above this zone right there, and my take profit obviously at my lowest key level, right? So let me see if I move back to the hour. Okay, yes, it's my lowest key level. Okay, so this is the setup that I would have, right? So now I want to show you something cool. So this is a lot size calculator, the CBFX, the cashback forex lot size calculator. So what you can do is to go to your Google or whatever, Chrome, and search lot size calculator, cashback forex lot size calculator. We are gonna find this calculator. So as you can see here it says instruments. So our instrument for this page is the GBPCAD, right? GBPCAD, right? So now the deposit currency, it can be any deposit currency. It can be South African rands, it can be in dollars, it can be in Mexican pesos, in Japanese yen, in British pounds, in euros, and many more, guys. Many more. You can find interesting stuff on this lot size calculator. So I use the US dollar based deposit currency. So now the stop loss pips for the GPK pair, here it says, if you look here, it's a 62.0, right? So let me write here 62.0, and my account balance. Okay, so for example, $1,000 account. So on $1,000 account, you would want to risk probably 3%, which is $30. So, and then you just click calculate, or on the risk, you can either say, for example, you can change it to percentage or dollars or money, so this USD depends also on your deposit currency. So if you use a different deposit currency, it's also gonna cater for that currency. So let's say 3%, which is $30, and if you see here, it says money at risk, $30, 3%. So now the lot size that you would use is a 0.06 for the $30 risk on the $1,000 account. So if, for example, here, if I were to risk $30, my profit would be to calculate my profit, it would be $30 times 2.37 times the risk to reward ratio, right? And then the stop loss, I know that if the market does hit my stop loss, it would be a $30 loss that I am comfortable with risking. So it depends on your risk, be comfortable with the risk, but it's not about the money that you're willing to risk. It's about your stop loss. Your stop loss should work hand in hand with the money that you're willing to risk. So on a 62 pip stop loss, I would risk $30. That's what I'm comfortable with. Then it's fine. This is the lot size that I would use for this basically risk management or this trade, right? So the profit would be 30 times 2.37, which is, your profit would be $71.10. So basically your profit would be the amounts of your risk times the risk to reward ratio, and your stop loss should be based on your risk should work hand in hand with your stop loss. So this is a cool feature that I wanted to put, that you can use if which is an effective method for proper risk management. So now continuing for sales, as I said, should the market break out retest, should I have my entry there and my take profit being here with my stop loss being there. So that's the setup that I would have for sell. And then for buys, I'm not really I would say I wouldn't take these buys. I wouldn't take these buys. I would not take these I would not take these buys. I have my own reasons, but as I said, if you have any suggestions or any questions, leave them on the comments below. So let me cater for buys, right? Let me cater for buys. So for buys, as I said, the market might give us a double bottom, breakout, retest, and then this is where our entry would be, and our take profit being the key level. But what you should keep in mind is that we have this key level, this strong key level, and also we have this our trend line, right? So what you can do is, so this is what you can do, right? This is what you can do. Your take profit can, so okay, so for buys, right, this would be a setup of buy with a risk to reward ratio of 1:2.03. So it's a good risk to reward ratio. So say now you place your buy trade, the market reaches here at this key level, you are obviously gonna wait for the market, and also the market might give you this inverted head and shoulders here, if you know what I mean. But let me put it there for those who don't get me. This inverse head and shoulders before it actually pushes to the upside, right? So say now the market is there, you are going to obviously wait to see whether the market is going to break out this key level and push to the upside, or is it going to push down. So if it does push up, say now the market is about to touch your trend line, so what you can do is to lock your profits. Lock your profits here at this key level. This is where I will lock my profit at this key level if the market is around this trend line, to see whether it's gonna push up or is gonna reverse. If it does reverse, it will stop me out in those small profits. Then if it does continue to the upside and breaks out and retests, pushes further to the upside, then I would then lock my profits to this key level. If the market now has broken out of my trend line and pushes a bit up, I would lock my profits to this key level to see whether now, basically to see whether it is gonna hit your take profit or is it gonna break out, right? So basically what you can do is to lock profits, and as I said, I'm not really comfortable with this buy setup, and some may not get what I'm saying. So for me personally, I would cater for those sells. And another thing that I said is that make sure that if you have any questions, suggestions, or any solutions, you can comment down below and like help each other, as traders. So this is basically what I have for this GBPCAD pair, and I'd like to thank you for investing your time into this video. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you want more content on my YouTube channel, subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, questions, once again, leave them on the comments below. So without any further waste of time, I'd like to thank you once again, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.